Okay. Good morning. Hi, Shreyas. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Thanks for joining us. I'm good
Yes.
as well. Yeah. So you can start by introducing yourself and why did you decide to join armed forces and how was your experience in different SSB?
So good morning, everyone. I am Shreyas Korade from Pune. I started my NDA preparation from 8th standard when I had gone to the National War Memorial, which is in the Southern Command. So from then on, I had the inspiration basically to join the armed forces. From later on, in 10th standard, I decided to appear for the exam of SPI. That is a government institute in Maharashtra, which prepares you for NDA exam as well as for SSB. So I gave that exam and I got cleared in that, but unfortunately in interview I missed. So there was an alternative institute which was AFPI. So I joined there. It was a private institute. Over there I had my coaching as well as my NDA preparation of 11th and 12th. So then on, I cleared my first attempt in 12th itself, and in the first attempt, I got screened out. It was in Bangalore, in December. After that, my second attempt I had was in Jalandhar, in which I got conference out. And this was my third attempt when I got recommended for in TES entry, which is 52 course.
So how was your experience in this SSB? If you could take
So
us through.
it was a learning process, I would say, because in my first attempt I got screened out. So I focused on the aspects because of which I got screened out. It was merely lack of participation, which made me screened out back then. So I worked on it, and in my second attempt, I got screened in. Then I got experience of getting confidence out as well. So later I focused on all the aspects because of which I got confidence out. I found that in psychology, I was doing the same thing, that was giving preconceived ideas, writing preconceived stories. That in my interview as well, I was getting conscious while giving answers. And in my GTO as well, I was participating more than I believe was anticipated, and I was not giving the others chance to speak. So later on, I focused on these aspects, and in my third attempt, I overcome those factors, and I was able to put forward my best.
So what changes did you notice in yourself in your first attempt and in your third attempt, and how did No Frills Academy help you in developing those changes?
So I joined No Frills Academy a month back when I had came from my second attempt when I got conference out. So in my first attempt, I think I was a little bit shy and underconfident, I would say. I didn't have that courage to speak up in the group. After that, I got some exposure by talking to my friends I had in my coaching, I had in my institute. So over there, we practiced, and it helped me get confidence basically to speak in the group. After that, in my second attempt got over, I joined NFA. So over there, uh, I had a session with Nehru sir. So he gave me a clear idea like what are my plus points as well as my negative points. It helped me a lot, I would say, to work on myself and also the factors which were keeping me back. So I worked on those, and he also mentioned to basically focus on my daily routine. So it was literally messed up. After that, I worked on it. I made a brief routine which would help me get all the things done in time. So I followed the routine for a month, and it helped me a lot getting my psychology better. And also, he mentioned that it's not good to practice psychology tests. So I also focused on it. This time, didn't practice any of the pictures or let's say any WATs or SRTs. Whereas on my second attempt, like before my second attempt, I practiced it, but this time I didn't practice. So it helped me a lot basically to get screened in as well as to perform good in psychology tests.
So I'm sure in group discussions, there might have been chances where everyone is screaming and shouting. So how did you handle that and put in your thoughts forward?
So during my screening, we were all repeaters basically, in which two of them were previously recommended. So all of them started screaming in our group discussion, like after the narration part. So our group was divided into half. So on the first part, like when our group was divided into half, I was unable to give my point. But like there was a common picture, so I made a story very simple. So when the second group started, they came to a consensus basically. So when the our whole group was given the chance to speak, After that, when I got chance over there, I gave the point that the second group has made a consensus, so we should go with that story. I think the assessor listened to me back then, and it helped me get screened in basically. After that, I also gave a valid point that we should focus on investors and all those stuff because the picture was related to it. So he also got that point while he gave the basic consensus, like when the narration gets over, when the discussion gets over, he gives a basic consensus, right? That I have got the basic idea of the story. In that, he mentioned my point. So it was pretty clear that I was able to get screened in that day. So I was able to handle that situation as well as after getting screened in my group discussions, it was normal. I was able to participate. Our group was, in fact, in our group, there was two repeaters and other were freshers. So freshers were also trying hard to put their points, but they were not listening to others' points. Basically, they were just putting forward their points. So basically, we had an advantage that we knew that what problems, what mistakes we had done back then. So I kept in my mind that I didn't have to do the same mistake this time. I have to listen to their points as well as put forward my points. Basically, with this idea, I was able to get through.
Okay. So how was the group planning exercise and the ground task? Was it difficult for you or were you able to complete that on time?
So in the group planning exercise, I gave my points. I had my priorities clear. So I written a pretty good consensus. I would story. I mean the solution to it. So in fact, in my GP, I was the one who gave the narration. My narration was quite clear. I had mentioned all the points which were given by the group. So I think it was a positive note for me. After that, we had our BGT and all those group tasks. In that also, I was in front along with my mates. I was able to put out their points as well as my points. Whenever I got stuck, I insisted them to give their points, which helped me and also the group to move forward and complete all the four tasks in BGT. After that, we had a half group task. Half group task also, we were able to complete that in time. And also I was listening to others point as well as giving my point. I was not acting as if I have to show myself. I had clear mind that he will see me if I give valid points. So I had that thing in my mind basically. So it helped me in my group task like BGT and HGT. After that, coming to snake race, in my snake race I was the only one guy who was shouting aloud because everyone was like helping each other. They were not moving forward. So I helped them as well as was screaming, I would say, was putting the josh in my group. That we had a slogan. So we were putting out that slogan. Everyone was accompanying with me. And I also helped them get through all the obstacles. So it was also a positive note again for me. After that, coming to my command task also, I was the first one to be called for command task. So I had pretty good idea that it would be difficult. And when I got there, all the obstacles were rotating one, so I got a basic idea that he is happy with me, GTO. Also, coming to my lecture rate, I had got a topic. Quad was in that, so I prepared for it. I gave out the lecture rate, and it went quite well for me. Basically, my GTO was the most good part, I believe, for me.
Okay. So how did you build your lecture rate? I mean, if I could get a structure, like when the topic is given, how did you begin and the body and the ending conclusion?
So for quad, I had points because I had already prepared it for the starting. I gave the brief introduction like how quad was formed. After that, I jumped on to the main point like how it is helping India as well as it is countering China as a whole group, including US and India and all those four countries. So that was my main body. And in the conclusion, how it will help further in the future to curb the activities that are being taken by China. So this was the basic structure. The introduction was how the group was formed. The middle part discussing on how it will help India as well as other countries of the group, and third was how it will control China. So this was my basic diversion of the points in my lecture.
Okay. So how was your interview with the interviewing officer? Did you get nervous in that?
So my interview was good, I would say, because in my interview, the interviewing officer was, I thought he was not interested at all in me. He was yawning in the between the interview. I thought he's not at all interested in me, but he was listening keenly to me. because all my interview had gone on my PIQ basically, on my family, on my friends, and on the biggest decision I've done in my family. Basically, it was revolving around my family and friends. So I had pretty good idea, and I had some points cleared in my mind that what if he asked this question, I would be able to answer this answer. So this was clear in my mind, so I was able to get through. Also in my current affairs part, he asked me about Israel and Iran. So which country will, like India will support which in case there is a war between Israel and Iran. So I thought I answered him quite briefly that it would not support any of the countries because it has good relation with both of them. But still he insisted that which country will it support. And again I said Israel. Then why Israel? So he kept on grilling me on current affairs as well. At some point I was unable to give answer. So as Nehru sir had told me that current affairs don't take a major part in the interview. Rest is all your CIQ and PIQ. So I had that in my mind that even if I'm unable to give the current affairs, all my other part has gone good. So it was again a positive sign for me.
Okay, so did you prepare anything specially for the interview part, or
No, I had not
just
prepared
some?
anything. I simply went there and gave out whatever he asked me, and it was all truth. I didn't think much that I whether I would be much frank or whether I would. I had that whether I would insist that I should not give this answer, I should give this that answer. It would create a positive thing on his mind. That was not my approach. I was thinking whatever feels correct to me, I will give out that answer. It helped me a lot actually, and it was all truth which I spoke in the interview. So definitely, I think it was a positive point. Okay.
Okay. So it's so inspiring that you started your journey when you were in eighth grade and finally you are here. So
Yes.
in all these years, what is that one piece of advice that you would give to other young aspirants?
I think they should start preparing from 10th standard onwards because there are many institutes which help you prepare for NDA. The most earliest you can prepare for is RIMC exams. After that, you have the Sainik school exams, again, then NDA exam. So on 11th and 12th, we should at least give a chance to NDA because NDA is the best opportunity you can get to get into armed forces. So I think they
Right.
should focus on this in 11th and 12th, along with JE preparation and NEET preparation if they are going. This is my advice.
So thank you so much. I might hand it over to Yogita ma'am. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I am there. Nehru sir can will handle the rest.
Fine. Thanks a lot, Kushi, for doing a very good job. And Shreyas, congratulations. You have done yourself, your family, and all of us proud. So good to be hearing you, and you have got success. I would say not very early, but pretty early. You didn't have to struggle for long because there are a lot of people who struggle for quite a long time to get this success. I hope you make it in the merit also.
Yes.
Do keep preparing, for the next one as well. Keep your studies and all good. Keep your fitness good. Few points I have from you.
Yes, sir.
First is, जब आप इधर गए अपना ये प्रिपरेटरी एनडीए का क्लासेस अटेंड करने के लिए तो एक माइंडसेट कुछ बनता है जो कि एक कल्चरली वहां का माइंडसेट है वो माइंडसेट जो था क्या उसी माइंडसेट पे अभी भी आप चलते रहे या जब आप हमारे पास आए मेरे से बातचीत हुई हमारी बुक आपने पढ़ी तो कुछ माइंडसेट में कुछ चेंज आया या वैसा ही था या अगर आया है तो क्या आया था
So when I was back in AFPI, we had a disciplined routine over there, like waking up early at 5:30, and again PT, breakfast, and all schools. So it was a pretty disciplined manner over there, and all the people over there were inspired and motivated basically to get into armed forces. So the nature of the people around there was quite good. It helped me a lot getting focused and focusing on my NDA. So when I came back home, uh, all my timetable was again messed up. I was not able to keep up waking up early and getting all my routine done in time. So when I got to you, you told me to focus on my timetable and make a pretty good routine for yourself and also focus on your physical activity. I got that point a lot because when I was in hostel, I focused on these factors only and it helped me get through during my NDA examination as well as my other exams. So this, I think I agree with you with consistency and discipline because it helped me again on this time. And I also got to know that on my last attempt, I didn't focus on much on my daily routine or just focusing on SSB, SSB, SSB. So these small factors like focusing on a daily routine, maintaining discipline, and getting all the things done consistently helped me get through this time.
Shreyas, I will again ask you actually. My intention was to understand your inner thoughts. Like एक mindset होता है क्योंकि देखिए आई एम वेल अवेयर कि कोचिंग एकेडमीज एक माइंडसेट क्रिएट करती है. वो कोचिंग एकेडमीज के माइंडसेट का ही रिजल्ट ये है कि पीपीडीटी में जाकर लोग पागलों की तरह शोर मचाना शुरू कर. ये माइंडसेट जो है नो फ्रिल्स एकेडमी का तो बिल्कुल नहीं है. अगर नो फ्रिल्स एकेडमी के माइंडसेट से लोग जाए तो एसएसबी में ऐसा नहीं होगा. पर ये माइंडसेट कहीं से तो आया है. तो क्या इस तरह का माइंडसेट जिस बैकग्राउंड से आप आए थे वहां भी ये वाला था, स्केरसिटी मेंटालिटी वाला, कि नहीं था?
So वहां पे नहीं था एक्चुअली, बट यहाँ पे आने के बाद वो और फाइन ट्यून हो गया बेसिकली.
ओके गुड. मतलब जहां पर आप यू गॉट ट्रेनिंग वहां पर भी ये स्केरसिटी मेंटालिटी वाला आउटलुक नहीं था.
नहीं था.
Okay, that is very good. That is very good. I find it because you know we find it as assessors we find it laughable, but you people would be finding it very irritating. You know कि मतलब क्या ये हो रहा है ना? So anyway, okay, that is very good. Fine. So that was not an issue. So आपने major what I can gather is just sorting out your routine, getting more focused on your day-to-day life, and without taking any pressure of performance and के assessor क्या सोच रहा है and all that. With this outlook when you went, so things did work out for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what advice you have given to others also. Fine, I get that point. Okay then, Shreyas, thank you so much. Please remain connected
Yes,
and
sir.
keep focusing on fitness for training.
Yes, sir, sure.
Thanks
a lot,
everybody.
sir.
Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Bye.